Dear everyone, as a daughter, I want to take a moment to talk about why having a daughter is such a wonderful thing. While society often praises sons and emphasizes their importance, I want to remind everyone that daughters are just as valuable and essential to our families and communities. Firstly, daughters bring a unique energy and perspective to any situation. We're often compassionate and empathetic with a natural ability to listen and provide comfort to those around us. Whether it's a friend going through a tough time or a family member in need, daughters are often the first one to offer a helping hand and a shoulder to lean on. Secondly, daughters often have a strong sense of intuition and emotional intelligence, or perceptive and able to sense when something is not quite right. This can make us excellent problem solvers as we are able to identify issues before they become bigger problems. In conclusion, being a daughter is an incredible thing. We bring compassion, intuition, and creativity to our families and communities. So let's celebrate daughters and continue to support them as they grow into strong, independent, and successful women. Thank you.
다음은
Hello, today I would like to talk about my goals. Do you have any goals or dreams? As I began to study English, I developed a clear goal of becoming an English teacher. In today's world where translation software cannot perform human language skills, some may not see being an English teacher as a forward-thinking career. And those who know how much time and effort it takes to speak English, like a native speaker, may advise me to choose a different profession. However, I believe that English is not just a simple language, but can be a tool that opens infinite opportunities for children in our country. To communicate smoothly in different languages, one must fundamentally understand each other's cultural and linguistic differences, which is why I think studying abroad is essential. Also, there are many opportunities to explore various fields such as education, tradition, art, cuisine, and entertainment by studying with friends who have different perspectives from foreign countries. We broaden our view of the world around us. Although Korea has achieved economic and social development in a shorter period than any other country in the world, it is still not as competitive as advanced countries such as the United States and the United Kingdom in the global market. To cultivate global leaders, communication skills with them are essential. Therefore, I believe that English teachers who improve children's English communication skills and techniques contribute sufficiently to national development. I do not think that a teacher who is full of dictionary knowledge alone can teach the language of another country correctly. I will definitely become an excellent English teacher. I encourage you to fight for your goals and dreams as well.
Hello, recently I have been having frequent arguments with my parents. Although the adults say that I'm going through emotional ups and downs as a teenager, from my perspective, I am simply expressing my feelings. So today, I would like to share some tips on how parents can maintain a good relationship with their teenage children on behalf of teenagers. First, parents need to understand why younger generations refers to the older generation as gonde. Gonde is a Korean slang term that refers to adults who sturdily adhere to existing methods. We consider expressions like, "Are you wearing makeup?" or "When I was a student," are very Gonde-like. If parents judge their children's behavior based on their own thoughts and standards, they can end up hurting their children's feelings and leading to argument due to feelings on both sides. Therefore, parents should convey their intentions to their children in a considerate expression. For example, instead of saying, "Don't wear makeup," parents could say, "When you are young, your skin is sensitive, your delicate skin will become stressed and age prematurely." Let's find out if there are any suitable cosmetics for your skin. Of course, we need to accept in our hearts that the reason why the old generation clings to pastel way of thinking is simply because they love us. We need to have patience and understanding towards the older generation, willingness to listen and respect their opinions. With enough time and efforts, we can learn to avoid arguments and appreciate their advice and care for others. Thank you for listening.
Hello, I would like to talk about AI based on my interest in media. I have always enjoyed editing my photos and videos and posting them on social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook. In fact, I even wanted to major in media in college. However, a while ago, I came across AI programs like ChatGPT and Stable Diffusion through YouTube. These programs can converge vast amounts of data to create document-like results, as well as generate images and videos quickly by inputting desired keywords or descriptive sentences. In other words, even without any special skills using AI programs on a computer, one can write a college-level paper in seconds and create high-quality illustrations and videos that would take top-class illustrators several days produced in just a minute. Now that high-level technologies like AI are suddenly being applied to our daily lives, I am worried about how we can prepare for the rapidly changing future. In the near future, we may be able to adapt to the changed society by combining traditional and AI technologies to some extent. However, can we imagine how much human productive value will decline in the face of scientific and technological advances in 10 or 20 years? As AI continues to evolve, no one can predict the future. Regardless of your field of interest and study, I am convinced that if you do not take an interest in the AI field and study it, you will fall behind in the upcoming future society. Thank you.
Hello, today I would like to talk about internet anonymity. Anonymity means that a person who performs an action does not reveal their identity. The worst crime space created by anonymity is the internet, which continues to have incidents and accidents caused by anonymity in modern society. The widespread use of severe online abuse relating to famous celebrities, YouTubers, and numerous illegal sites has become a serious social problem. Do you remember the incident in 2018? The number of anonymous members who joined these illegal sites that only dealt with child sexual exploitation material was a whopping 1.28 million. The 23-year-old boy who operated the site was sentenced to only 1 year and 6 months in prison. We believe that it is dangerous for children to use the internet without appropriate control. However, children in modern society are too familiar with using the internet. If you look at their top priorities for the future, it is easy to understand why they aspire to be celebrities, YouTubers, or professional gamers. At this point, wouldn't it be necessary for schools to educate children about the problems of internet anonymity and, most importantly, internet etiquette? I believe that incidents caused by internet anonymity are fundamentally due to a lack of civic consciousness, and the best solution is a basic civic education that takes place in schools. If technological advancements do not coexist with humanity, our future will never be bright. Thank you.
Hello, I would like to talk about the importance of family. The family I want to introduce today is my dog, Siri. 2 years ago, Siri fell from the 6th floor balcony and suffered serious injuries. My family and I rushed Siri to several animal hospitals, but we only heard a few words that there's not hope for Siri. Finally, we found a hospital that agreed to treat Siri without surgery. Siri underwent 2 months of medication and rehabilitation therapy at the hospital. Doctors said that she needed consistent medication and rehabilitation therapy even after returning home. And I nursed Siri with sincere dedication according to the doctor's prescription. As a result, Siri recovered well and was healthy. I am so happy to see Siri jumping around happily. Today, I want to encourage everyone to express their love and gratitude to their families. We can never know what unexpected situations will come our way, but what's important is not to give up, so we can cherish our families and show them how much we love them. Thank you for listening. We're special. Hello. There are 3 labels that are incredibly precious, but make my life difficult at the same time. The first label is good daughter, as I try my best to be a good daughter to my parents as the oldest sibling. The second label is big sister, as I often have to make sacrifices to take care of my 2 younger siblings. The third label is Christian, as I try to live my faith diligently at church and take care of new friends. These roles are only core values that make me who I am. However, I don't always achieve the best results in each role. There are times when I'm not a good daughter, when I cannot make sacrifices for my siblings, and times when I do things that do not make me proud as a Christian. Whenever this happens, my mother told me, "My daughter, you are special, not just because of your good deeds, but because you are who you are." I was moved by these words and shed tears of emotion. I realized that I'm loved and precious just for being myself. Parents who are hearing us, please tell your children today that you are special, not just because of your good deeds, but because you are special by being yourself. Thank you for listening. Hello everyone, how does my hair look? It's the hairstyle my dad did for me this morning, isn't it pretty? Look at this. Today I'll talk about dad and parenting. Like my friends, I also call my parents mom when I need them. The only difference is that when I call, as most of my dad responds. My dad is really domestic. In 2019, my dad became the first man in his workplace to take paternity leave. When he first took care of me, he realized that taking care of children was difficult and he wanted to go back to work. The time I spent playing with my dad increased when he joined the internet and parenting angel group. There I experienced was in the beach, camping, and fishing with my dad and made precious memories with him. Thanks to that, my mom was able to have a lot of time to relax and was happy. This was a lot of time with our kids. Perhaps because you're busy and have a lot of work, you might not have enough time for children even on weekends. Others say the time cannot be turned back. I want to say that the time you didn't spend for kids will never come back. So please share it out loud. Let's play! Thank you. Hello everyone, I would like to talk about my hobby, which is making things. When the COVID-19 pandemic started and I had more time at home, I began to explore the world of making. The first thing I made was a large paper house that was over 2 meters tall. I used unused power banks and wires with light bulbs to create lighting on the ceiling and decorate the walls with my Polaroid photos and texturable. I also put a rug on the floor and added some dolls.
I have very fond memories of reading books and eating meals with my friends in the paper house I created. The most memorable thing I made was a handheld fan. I attached the propeller from a broken drum to a motor and connected it to a battery. Although the wind wasn't as strong as I had hoped, it was still a great item that cooled me off during a hot summer. Because I was able to complete the handheld fan all by myself, from start to finished product, it holds a special place in my heart. This project taught me that even though some problems face in this world, once you start working on them, you can eventually understand the principles and achieve your goals. It was a valuable experience that gained confidence and a great lesson. I am currently making a bamboo helicopter, so whenever I have free time, I watch related YouTube videos and read books to learn more. Although the process of making can be challenging, the joy and sense of accomplishment after completion is so great that I want to share with all of you. Remember me, someone who may be your next Steve Jobs, and keep an eye out for the great inventions I will create my many ideas. Thank you.
Hello, have you ever tried to make excuses to avoid going to school or your academy? I used to do that quite often, so today I'm standing here in front of you to reflect on my behavior and apologize. At first, I didn't want to go to the academy, so I told my parents that my stomach hurt. They believed me and arranged for me to skip the class. After that, I repeatedly made excuses to skip the academy, and it eventually led me to the point of going to the hospital and taking medicine. It's really amazing that even the stomach that I thought wasn't hurting started to hurt more and more when I thought about it. And later on, I couldn't even tell if my stomach really hurt or if I was just making excuses. If it wasn't for my teacher's persistent scolding, I wouldn't be standing here today. I would have quit the academy and become a child who runs away from everything I do not to do. I deeply regret my behavior, and I believe that this confession will be the driving force that will elevate me. I thank my teacher who scolded me in my heart. I know that I can't regain the trust I lost just one promise, a promise that I won't avoid when I had to do with cowardly behavior. I will work hard for my beloved grandmother and parents who believe in me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm very glad to be here with you. Today, I'm going to tell you what it takes to be a VJ or a YouTuber. Since many of them are very popular and are deeply woven into our lives, they're not even recognizable by their nicknames. Now, let's get to know more about them. I think that individual VJs and YouTubers are amazing at communicating. I feel much closer to VJs and YouTubers because you can actually communicate with them. However, there are also negative aspects of being one. Their lives themselves most likely to be risked because they have to endure a lot of stone-cold responses, so-called comments. One day, a young YouTuber showed her face to viewers, and the viewers disliked her only because they thought she was ugly, and it drove her to suffer from a depression. In fact, most of VJs and YouTubers struggle due to bad replies from viewers, peek behind and none. I'm just sick of this. Can we just watch them without judging? You're ugly, too fat, your mom. No one wants to hear such words like this, regardless of who the speaker is. Would you ever say these words to anyone while looking in the eyes face to face? Many VJs and YouTubers are now exposed to this kind of abusive language. Via social network, many of them are getting emotionally hurt by it. Yet, most of us will choose to ignore this when we face this situation. Therefore, I want to ask you a favor. Could we stop hiding behind the anatomy and saying what we wouldn't say in person? A true harmony starts from you. Thank you.